Hello and welcome to the channel. Today, two of our normal home cooks, Barry and Jamie, will be blind taste testing two very similar plates of food, except one has been made with a more premium ingredient. The question is, can they identify which, and is it worth spending your money on? Perhaps we can all find places we can save a few pennies.
Bring it.
Round number one. You've got two plates in front of you, A and B. Start with A, and for this one you shouldn't need any cutlery.
You sure? It's got a flower on top.
Broadly speaking, what are we talking about here? What are you holding?
A chicken wing.
Correct.
Ooh!
Absolutely delicious.
I'm getting a bit of heat.
Try B and see if you can identify a point of difference. Plated the same, made the same, weights, measurements, times and temperatures. The only thing that changed, one ingredient.
Oh, this is really hard. I feel like I had two very different bits of chicken.
It feels more umami.
The chicken wings have been tossed in all sorts of delicious flavours and some butter, but it's one of those flavours we want you to try and see a point of difference in.
Is it spices? Is it premium spices?
It is specifically chilli, a chilli powder.
Okay.
And the reason we do this is with sight and preconceptions removed, is there really any taste difference? And if there is that difference worth paying for?
What I can say is that B is far more subtle in overall flavour than A. I feel like I'm getting a bit more spice and a bit more fruitiness from A.
B feels like it's got more of a funk to it. It feels like the chilies might have been aged or smoked chilies of some sort.
Okay, so I need to lock in your answer. Which do you think is the premium chili powder? And in this instance, premium means more expensive.
I'm going to say B is the more premium chili powder.
Because I'm getting more from A, I'm going to have to say that A is the premium.
Okay, A is locked in. You can take your blindfold off. Now you can see, is there any visual difference?
Not by look.
Again, visually can't see much difference.
I was getting far more flavour from A, like in terms of a roundness, a fruitiness, and probably a bit more heat.
Same level of heat spice, but B has more perfume. It's more perfumed, it's more aromatic. I'm confident in my answer.
In that case, I can reveal to you that the premium chili powder is A.
Yes.
Both are Kashmiri chili powder, so a specific chili from a specific region, kind of north of India, and it's kind of known for its bright, vibrant red colour and chili flavour, but not too much heat. So A is zest and zing Kashmiri chili powder, so a particular region of India, Kashmir, and a particular chili, whereas B is exactly the same, but by a different brand, TRS.
I really couldn't tell them apart. I was looking for nuances rather than anything that was jumping out and saying that is definitely more premium. Really tricky round to start on.
What we would say though, is that if you're buying chili powder, generic, you probably would identify quite a difference because it's made of all sorts of different chilies. If you're focusing in on something that's going to give you colour and flavour without too much heat, go for a Kashmiri chili powder. The question is, would you pick the premium? So the TRS brand was £1 for the bag, that's 100 grams, makes it £10 per kilo.
£10 per kilo. I reckon I'm spending double that currently in supermarkets, so £20 a kilo. Therefore, that's going to be outrageous. That's going to be like £40 per kilo.
I reckon that's going on for £50 a kilo.
The more premium in this instance is £367 per kilo, more than 36 times the price.
No way. So what was that?
That was £7.35.
That was £7. Both dishes are incredible, but I have to stand by the one I picked. I think B is more to my liking.
Will you be stocking Kashmiri at home? And if you do, which one?
I would definitely give it a go. That is a really lovely spice and something that's quite different to the usual chili powder that I have at home. But I'm going to go to the world food aisle and buy the cheaper version. There is no need for that.
I think in this instance, we'd all say source spices outside of the supermarket aisle if you can. They will be naturally cheaper in bigger bags. and go to the brands that have been doing it forever and ever because it's good stuff. Okay, plate number 2. I've given you a spoon. Again, we've got A and B. Start with A. What are you giggling at?
A spoon and a bowl is not a good start to a blindfold format.
Wow. I've got some sort of ravioli.
I didn't get any flavour from one bit, but I got the texture of, I think, mozzarella.
It is essentially a filled pasta. Selection of other things in the bowl. Maybe try B. Plated exactly the same, made exactly the same.
Whoa, okay. That is a completely different dish.
What's different about it?
It's a lot more fragrant. The cream is a lot denser.
I feel like the texture I was getting was from pine nuts. And if the texture that I'm getting is from pine nuts, then what I'm tasting, that I couldn't identify properly, is pesto.
Correct, it is the pesto you're looking for. Very finely made egg yolk pasta with a filling of ricotta and pesto.
Ricotta, not mozzarella.
I want you to pick which is premium.
B.
Why do you think it's B?
The aroma, straight away. I know fresh, delicious pesto is only 3 or 4 ingredients.
I'm getting all of the flavour of pesto from A, and I'm getting none of it from B. I'm getting more of the taste of the ricotta coming through on B. A's the premium.
You've locked in A as your premium. You can take the blindfold off. The thing you're looking at is inside a parcel, so the blindfold makes very little difference. Let me show you the pestos on their own.
Tricky game here now.
Why is that tricky? What's your preconception of a pesto? Pesto being a pounded sauce.
One looks more handmade, like in a pestle and mortar, which made me think that's more premium. But at the same time, I know one of the most important ingredients in a good pesto is delicious olive oil. And that is swimming in the stuff.
So what's happened here, Evers, is I've screwed it.
You think, not you can, but you think you change your mind?
I think I would change my mind. Like, to me, A has got all the hallmarks of a standard supermarket jar of pesto. There's nothing wrong with that. When you have B on its own, the oil is delicious, it's smooth, I'm getting so much more of the cheese through that. It's really, really rich and delicious, and I'm really angry that I didn't get that.
I can now tell you that the premium pesto is...
B. Definitely B. Definitely B.
B.
Yes!
What you have in front of you, A, is Sainsbury's green pesto, whereas B is Filotti pesto from Italy. So the more premium is made with basil that has DOP status, so from the EU, basically protected from the region in which it's grown, which is the traditional way of making it. However, what's interesting is that A has more basil in it. It's just not from that same region. It could be grown anywhere. It's also bulked out with potato flakes. And A, the cheaper option, is predominantly sunflower oil with a little bit of olive oil, whereas B, the premium, is olive oil. I thought what was fascinating was you were picking out pine nuts. Both are made with cashew nuts.
Oh.
And a tiny, tiny, tiny percentage of pine nut.
Why?
Cost, I would imagine. So A, the Sainsbury's green pesto, only has 0.5% of pine nut, cashew nut being the bulk. And interestingly, even the premium one is made with both cashews and pine nuts. But let's talk about price. A, Sainsbury's green pesto, £4.70 per kilo. As always, there are various other products and brands that would sit between these two. How much is our premium pesto?
I actually think as a product, that is more than twice as good than that one. So I'm happy to jump up the price by more than half. So let's say that's £15 per kilo.
Is it about £100 per kilo?
The price per kilo is £52.70.
As convenience, it's really hard to beat this.
With this one, I would not want to just stir it through pasta because I feel like I wouldn't be doing it justice. I would want to be making my own pasta and putting it inside and actually treating it properly to make the most of that.
Halfway there, let's move on to round number 3. Round number 3, a beautiful dish that I'm sure will be really easy to eat with a knife and fork.
Oh, good. Oh, it's spiky. Why is it spiky?
There is cutlery, but I won't be offended if you go in with your fingers.
Oh! Oh! It's like spiky and jelly at the same time. Is it spiky jellyfish?
Committed.
What was that?
So it's not a sandwich.
Cold, it's sweet, it's fruity.
What are you chewing on?
I genuinely don't know. I can't work it out.
Like a terrine.
Very good. Ham hock, some cornichons, some parsley, a few other elements on the plate.
Oh no. Really?
Don't suck it.
It's delicious.
Good, try plate B and see if there's any standout differences, and therefore we need you to pick the premium.
I think there's something different with like the meat jelly. I don't know what goes into the jelly. Is it like a brandy or something? Is it alcohol?
No.
No?
We're looking at like cider. We're looking at like is it apple cider jelly?
The ingredient we are looking at is cider vinegar. And yes, made from apples. One is made with a fairly basic supermarket cider vinegar. One is made with a more premium apple cider vinegar.
The reason I got it from this one, because this one tastes a lot like apples. It tastes like apple sauce.
There is cider vinegar to pickle the radish, also in the jelly and sort of seasoning through the terrine. But the question is, which one there do you think is the premium?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, Ebbers, it's hard.
B I prefer because it's sweet and delicious. But A has a tang. It's slightly more subtle and probably a little bit more grown up.
A, I feel is slightly more harsh on the back of the throat.
Okay.
And in my mind, that says it's not been as refined as B. And it's probably cheaper. So B is my premium.
I prefer B.
Is that your premium?
Yes.
You're locking in B as your premium. You can remove the blindfold. Have a look, see if that makes any difference.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, I made a mess of that.
I can't see a visual difference.
What about like this?
Oh, maybe like that.
B is so much more delicious. It's so much more appley.
Oh yeah. That is like fruit juice. Whereas A is vinegar with a hint of apple.
I'm happy with my answer.
I can reveal that in this round, the premium apple cider vinegar is B. Yes! A is Waitrose Essential Apple Cider Vinegar, and B is Bella Zoo's apple vinegar. It's won Taste Awards, used Catalonian apples, and is more refined. Interestingly, when you think about how it's made, essentially apples are crushed. The natural yeasts from the outside of the skin, sometimes with added yeast to keep more control, allows it to ferment into alcohol, the sugars into alcohol. Then it goes through a second fermentation with added bacteria and yeasts to turn that alcohol into acetic acid. Both of those are about 5% acid, 95% water.
It's very surprising to me because I didn't know that apple cider vinegar could taste like that. I thought the whole point of it was it's meant to be acidic and sharp.
But let's talk price. Again, let's look at this per litre. The basic version is £2.40 per litre.
Yep.
How much for the Bella Zoo sweet apple cider vinegar?
£14.
£20.
Pretty damn close, £19.80 per litre.
I worked it out because I thought I'd pay £5 for that.
And would you pay £5 for that now you've tasted it?
I would pay £5 for that because that is adding more than the 5% that I'd presumed in the back of my mind that it would add. That makes a much bigger difference. And you don't use much of it at a time. So although you'd pay £5 for that bottle, that will still last quite a while.
It's a completely different product. This you would splash in to equal your seasoning ratios. This you'd put in for flavour.
So far you've got 2 out of 3 as we go into the final round. Last one, round 4, same as before. A and B, off you go with number A. Or letter A.
Is this a donut?
It feels like a donut.
Yep.
Oh yes, okay, right. Ooh,
What are you getting?
Mustard.
I think I like it.
Sounded hesitant. Why are you confused?
Oh, because when you go in expecting jam and you get mustard, it's confusing.
Well, I'm glad you've identified mustard as the key flavour. What you have is a savoury donut filled with a mustard-heavy Mornay sauce.
Good mustard. It's not too spicy, and I like a spicy mustard.
Where's number B? There it is. I can taste cheese in this donut, whereas in A, I could only taste mustard.
What I can confirm is both have the same ratio of Mornay sauce to mustard.
A subtlety of mustard in B.
B is a generic mustard flavour. Good mustard, I'd happy put inside of a ham sandwich, not a donut. A's taking me on a ride.
Which is your preferred? And more importantly, I want you to pick the premium.
I think with mustard, you want to pay more money for the subtleties of the flavour of mustard. And therefore, my premium is number B.
When it comes to mustards, I like the heat, I like the experience, I like the ride it takes me on. Doesn't always mean it's going to be the most premium, but it's definitely the one I prefer. So A is the premium.
You can take your blindfold off.
Hello, whoa, that's a weird looking donut.
Any visual differences?
B is a slightly more striking yellow, probably a bit more of a gloss to A.
B is much smoother than A, which feels like it's got a bit of separation going on. But again, that could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing. It completely depends on the ingredient.
Oh, I think I got this wrong. Because A is all heat, very little mustard flavour. I hadn't appreciated the flavour from B because I was getting hit by the experience of A.
I can confirm that in this round, the premium is...
You should have gone for B.
A, you were correct. A is trucklemont mustard, whereas B is Sainsbury's basic mustard. Now, when you look at the ingredients list on both and compare them, A, the premium mustard, quite literally has twice as much mustard.
Oh wow, that's why it blows your face off.
B has some mustard, but also more sugar, plus it's bulked out with wheat flour as well as mustard flour, so isn't gluten-free like A is. The cheaper one has other emulsifiers like xanthan gum, which makes it very smooth and glossy and no separation, whereas A, more wholesome ingredients that we perhaps recognise more.
I'm glad I stuck with my guns on that one and went for my favourite.
As hot as the devil's pitchfork.
That's how they pitch it, and what I love is the name, trucklemont, means the medical condition in which you pull weightlifter's strain face involuntarily.
This one delivers every time. I can't not pull that face when you eat it.
Let's talk price.
I guess, please.
B, the more basic version, is £2.50 per kilo.
Okay.
How much per kilo for the more premium?
£12.
£15 per kilo.
Pretty close, 14. So again, it's more than 10 times the price.
In that case, I'd rather buy this than I would the basic range because when I want mustard, I want mustard. Give me mustard. Give me it straight.
I think for me, they serve two different purposes. That's the good one, and that's one to savour, whereas that you could put into things and not think too much about where it's going.
As with all these ingredients, it's all down to application.
Hello.
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 Scores on the doors. Remember, the winner gets to take home the premium ingredients. Today's winner, with 1 point more, is Barry.
Hey!
3 out of 4 correct, Baz.
I'm back, baby.
A mixed bag today, but now it's over to you guys. Do you regularly buy any of those 4 ingredients in your weekly shop? And if so, which end of the scale do you go? Basic or more premium? Comment down below.
Also, give this video a like if you want to see more blindfold taste testing.
Should we get Ebbers back in the hot seat for these?
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's put Ebbers in a blindfold.
Eating with his hands.
Yes, or his feet.
I need a shower.
See you next Wednesday.
It went on my nose.
Did you sniff so hard that you got a spring onion off the thing you're holding and it just shot up your nose?
Maybe.